I should mention before Bill got up and when we were together, he came up to me and said, we have several things in common. Your son, his name is Matthew, and we also have 5 grandchildren. And we have a son named Matthew and 5 grandchildren as well. And as we took a few minutes to reflect on that, and we both kind of, the light went on, you could see, for both of us, and said, you know, that's what this is really all about. It's, yes, we enjoy a plentiful and bountiful supply of inexpensive water, and nice homes and places to work and live and play and go to school. But as the leaders here, why are we doing this? We're really doing it for the future. Our children, our grandchildren, and our grandchildren's children. And I think that really is a great sum of why we're here, of working together. Yes, there are businesses to make a profit and continue to grow, and certainly from an EPA perspective to make sure we're doing it in an environmentally sustainable way. But thanks.
I'm Tom Meyer. I'm the Executive Director of the Green Mechanical Council. One of the biggest problems that I think we face and contractors face is inconsistency of code when it comes to water conservation. As you probably know, there's areas that gray water is not allowed. There's areas that rainwater is considered public domain and you can't capture it. And I happened to read an article about the federal government trying to move the interstate speed limit back to 55 to conserve fuel. And the thought crossed my mind, wouldn't it be great if we could do that with gray water and water runoff? Where are we going to go with this, and how do we face contractors and say, trust us, it'll happen?
Yeah, this is a very, it's a very serious and difficult issue because obviously zoning and planning is done to local level, which as a believer in federalism, that's where I believe it should be, and not at the federal level or not even at the state level. And of course, with that, then that creates challenges of consistency and different requirements. I think that the first step is education for people to really fully understand what gray water is, or the so-called purple pipe. I mean, there are many parts of our country, whether it's California or Florida. I don't know if anybody's here from both of those states that use a lot of purple pipe. And of course, there are many parts of the world, and so that was another experience in Australia, that they're building homes with purple pipes. So in addition to water and wastewater, there's a purple pipe for the gray water for use in flushing toilets and other non-potable needs. And so I think that the first is clearly an education. Second is as part of that education is to in those parts of the country that are having difficult times with either water quality or water quantity, to work with the local planning and zoning, the local mayors, to do what they can do to help in development. I've not met a local official, nor have I met a world leader that does not want to see their community economically growing, or at least economically sustainable. And I think that there are some great opportunities. I have, in fact, we have a local government advisory committee, a formal federal advisory committee advising me on a range of issues. And one of the issues that I asked them to tackle recently was an experience in the Atlanta area, where we went in, and it was a brownfield site, a contaminated site, and the community and the leadership and others were very interested in reclaiming this brownfield site and constructing low-income housing. And not only constructing low-income housing, but constructing, if you will, green housing, using both energy and water-efficient products. And so I had the opportunity to see it from the beginning and see it to the end, where actually the housing was done. And as we were sitting around the dining room table, I asked the builder, and a couple of the contractors, what was the biggest obstacle in making this happen? And the answer was the planning and zoning laws for the community. Those were the biggest stumbling blocks because there were, if you will, laws in place that were inhibiting the ability to do that, and not only inhibiting the ability to do that, but do it in a timely way. And of course, as you know, time is money. And so this is something that I've asked our advisory committee, let's collect some experiences from around the nation. Again, not trying to point the finger at the local and planning commissions, but say here are some examples of things that local and planning commissions can do to change the way they're doing business so that you can promote, if you will, good growth or sustainable growth, sustainable development, and do it in an environmentally sustainable way that addresses both water and energy, among other issues. So a long answer to say it is a very tough nut to crack, but I think that working together with that kind of approach will make some progress.
Viola from IAPMO staff. A question for you with regard to the WaterSense program. It's been amazingly successful so far with the high efficiency toilet specification, the lavatory faucet specification, the new homes draft, intent to develop other specifications in the plumbing product area. Can you give us a sense of the next 5 or 10 years, your vision of the WaterSense program?
It continues to grow across products and not only the products and practices for anything and everything that uses water. And that's not only domestically, but internationally. And the model that we were certainly had in mind, and I think everyone here is aware of, is Energy Star. Energy Star started out for the both the products as well as practices, as we did with WaterSense. And that today, not only are we literally saving billions of dollars in energy costs and greenhouse gas emissions and all the rest by people just purchasing Energy Star products, this has been exported. It's been exported to Canada, it's being exported to the European Union. Countries around the world see the value of consumers are going to be purchasing products, whether it's a home, whether it's a toilet, whether it's an irrigation system, or whatever it might be. And so we have not only an opportunity, I think we have an obligation, not only here for the United States, but around the world. So I see it as taking off both here domestically, but literally around the world, because this is, in my mind, one of those problems that obviously parts of the world are facing now, but I think that that's going to become worse, as I said in my remarks, just given population growth, just given economic growth around the world. So
thanks very much. We've kept you beyond the time that's been allotted, and your view on the future is certainly important to us from any sector of the plumbing industry, whether it's a manufacturer, contractor, installers, certifying bodies, code developers. So we're learning fast, and we're aggressively trying to meet the targets that are established. So if everyone would join me in thanking Administrator Johnson for his participation.